my shop. It's a great place to be on a sunny day like today. I've been woodworking here since 2002. That summer I built it with a lot of help from my good friend Russ. And I designed it 4 days like today to capture all the light that's out there. Got a lot of south-facing glass, the skylights, those rather oversized windows that catch a lot of light all year, and in the winter when the angle of the sun is low, it just comes straight in, right in here and lights the place up. It's a fantastic place to be. And we have solar panels on the roof even that supply all our electrical needs for the shop and the house and our electric car. The shop is just over 800 square feet, which makes it really big enough to do whatever I want. I just finished a 4-foot by 10.5-foot table here, and it was plenty big for that. You know, swinging around some very big slabs. It was a slab table, some 12-foot slabs, and had no problem in the space that I have here. Being this size, I'm never far from the tools. They're always nearby to grab. It's really quite efficient. The real dust making tools, the table saw, the planer, the joiner, are all hooked up to a dust collection system, which is a good thing because on some days I can fill this barrel several times. Imagine that all being under your feet if it weren't for a dust collection system. There's just enough room for storing a small amount of lumber here, and it's really just what I'll be using. There's always something I can grab to use here. I have quite a bit of wood that's in another building, not in the shop. And before I use that, I'll always bring it in the shop for at least a few days so it can take on the same temperature and humidity as the shop. And that's always important when you're doing high accuracy things. In the design of the shop, I included a finish room, which is dust-free. It is sealed from the dust, which is necessary because I can do finishing there anytime. And the rest of the shop is never dust-free. There's always fine dust kicking around here. It's cold here most of the year. I'm using the wood stove most of the year. I have plenty of woods around that I can cut down dead trees or cut up trees that have fallen. Also, I certainly produce a lot of scrap, and that all goes into the wood stove to heat the place. When I built, I also buried gas lines and have a gas furnace. So if I'm not out here for days at a time, I can keep the place idling at a low temperature so that it doesn't freeze up. I also have air conditioning for the little bit of time in the summer that's very hot and humid, and that's a way to control the humidity here. Very important when I'm doing the woodworking. 2 years ago, I put a couple 100 square foot addition on, a wood storage room, which is yet to be completed. The purpose of it is I'm going to be building vertical racks so the boards can stand up. All the lumber, I can grab them one piece at a time without having to move piles to get at a certain piece. And that's another reason for the very high ceilings in this place. Not only because it makes it an awesome place to be, but because I'm always swinging long boards around. This gives me plenty of clearance, plenty of swing room when I'm moving anything around. If you're ever in the Clinton area, I'd love to have you stop by, have a cup of coffee, and most of the time the wood stove's going. Except for the little bit of season we have hot weather. And I'd love to sit down and chat with you, and you can check the place out.